Just like a friend from back home.
This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.
PHLV Radio.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Buhay Bahayan live studios of PHLV. Studio lang pala, pero magiging studios na. Are you gonna have another branch somewhere in the US? Hopefully pretty soon, right? I don't wanna spill any beans yet, right, Mia?
We have in LA,
Oh, LA
Florida.
already? Oh, is it live in action already? So yeah, we're going all over the US now. So, well, welcome to our guest now in the Philippines. I think it's good morning in the Philippines and good afternoon here in Las Vegas. We're in Las Vegas at the PHLV studio. This is Buhay Bahayan. And my name is Francis, and my co-host, of course, Miss Mia Casino.
Peace, man.
Peace. What's up with the...
It's a bad hair day.
Bad
so I'm
hair
wearing
day.
a headband.
I thought it was some colorful day today, like reggae day today. Is it that reggae day? I think there was a day in April. I think that everyone will have like a smoke pot day or something. Oh,
Bad hair day lang yan.
yeah, there is that day. But we have a very special guest today. I'm not gonna keep her waiting very long. So we are talking about this home warranty that we always. It's sometimes controversial in the real estate world and in the home financing world and in the home buying world per se. So we have a special guest, long time friend also, right? She's been in the business for how many years? More than how many decades, Miss Francine?
So more than 2 decades.
More than
but
2
actually
decades.
more than 3.
Wow.
Oh wow, yeah.
But with Old Republic Home Protection right here in Las Vegas, I'm your Las Vegas connection, 22 years as of this month.
Yes, welcome to the studio, Miss Francine Willis with Old Republic Home Protection, right?
Yes.
So our topic for today is very, very, very basic yet, controversial, I should say, because a lot of people think, what is home warranty? Do we really need it? And, when you buy a home, why is it required? And those type of questions, a lot of homeowners and home buyers will always ask if it's required by law. And we'll have Francine cover that up, here today at Buhay Bahayan, okay?
Yes.
Okay, take it away, Mia. What's your first question? I'll put you on the spot.
Well, my clients, they get it confused with home insurance. I have to explain it all the time that it's different. Home insurance is very different from home warranty. You want to expand on that, Francine?
I do. And, I'm really very lucky to have Mia as a friend for a very long time and Francis. And one of the things that I really feel that going to the basic of why a home warranty, what is the difference, is because the general public, even our real estate professionals and loan officers, don't really grasp it. So the difference between a home warranty and homeowners insurance, I'm a home warranty. I cover systems and appliances that are in the home that are part of our contract that are known to be in good and safe working order when the plan will start. For the home buyer, that's typically at the close of escrow. It has to
Right.
have been working and then fail after the plan starts, not come into a plan already broken. So the warranty is going to cover ours, air conditioning, plumbing, heating, built-in microwave, oven, range, cooktop, just a whole slew of items in the home. And it starts at like a $450 price for the home, which is pretty unbelievable.
Right.
It's designed when a system fails from normal wear and tear and a mechanical failure for us to come in and help you and your clients keep money in their pocket. That's the bottom line. Budget protection, peace of mind, having somebody you can call that will get a vendor out there so you could figure out what's going on because you just moved in. So the difference between that too is that the home warranty isn't going to cover flood or fire or secondary damage. So now
Right.
you buy a home and you have a loan. And if you have a loan, you do have to take homeowners insurance. Where you
Right.
get a little tricky is if you buy cash, people don't take homeowners
Insurance.
insurance, which is really very
Right.
dangerous because homeowners
Right.
insurance is going to be there to indemnify you or make you whole again. So if God forbid your house burns to the ground or has a flood or has something that's going to be vandalism, and something as simple as kids jumping off a roof onto your air conditioner is vandalism. That would
Correct.
be a home warranty. I mean, a homeowner's insurance, not a home warranty. So homeowner's insurance is going to help indemnify you or bring you back to where you were prior to a loss, not typically fix systems and appliances. That's not usually what homeowners insurance is going to do. So they're kind of sisters, two different things. And when
Right.
you have them together, if you're not sure of what they do, I'm a local representative. I work very closely with you, Mia. You know that. Mia can get you to me, and we can do a phone call, and I can go through it personally with you. But sometimes it's a lot to grasp. Even if you're just buying a house for the first time, that's a lot to take in itself. Now,
Right.
with the older public too, you don't have to buy it right away in the close. It's preferably easier because most of the time you can take the money out and as a buyer cover it yourself through escrow or ask for sellers. But at the end of the day, the one who's having the most budget protection, who do you think that is? It's not the agent, it's not the seller. It's you, the buyer, who's moving into the home that the systems were working, the air conditioning's great, they had it cleaned before they left. Now it fails. Do you have the money today or even coming up because of changes to the industry as of January 1 to replace a system? It's thousands of dollars. When you have a
Right.
warranty like Old Republic and we replace if we're not able to repair, we will go over the coverages when we meet, but it's going to help you keep money in your pocket. Most people don't realize that a warranty that you pay $450 for isn't going to cover everything. And sometimes you're going to have, even when the item's covered, you might have some out-of-pocket uncovered costs. So then we come up with two levels, a gold and a platinum, to help as well. But the biggest thing when you talk about the home warranty and the homeowner's insurance, think of them as sisters. And also, do you want to be picking up that bill or do you want the help from a insurance company for homeowners insurance or the home warranty, like I work with the Old Republic Home Protection, who, by the way, is part of the Old Republic International family of insurance companies, and they are over 200 years old, and we're one of the top 50 insurers in the country and financially stable. And going into what we are walking through in the future here, we don't know what's going on. So you want to make sure that you align yourself with warranty companies, and if you find a homeowner's insurance company, a big one, stable, make sure that they're financially sound. That's another big thing.
Awesome. Yeah, perfect. So,
And
just
also,
go
just
ahead,
to add,
Mia.
Francis, when you buy a house, it's also part of the offer to incorporate the home warranty. So might as well just ask for it when you're buying a house.
Is that required though? Is that required? Like, is the seller required to offer you or pay for the home warranty?
No, the buyer can even waive it. With
I see. Now, just I have in short terms, home warranty. Just to clarify this with our viewers, a home warranty is mainly covering the appliances. Is that what it is?
No, it's the major systems and appliances. Now, you got to be very careful. There's so many warranties out there. There's direct consumer, meaning that you're not working with a real estate professional like Mia or with a loan professional like Francis. In order to get to me through Old Republic Home Protection, you do need a real estate professional. We have direct consumer where, let's say, the average consumer's lives in their home and they decide they want Old Republic, they call an 800 number and they just talk to Mom Old Republic. But it's not that it's mandatory. Home warranties are not mandatory, but you're doing a disservice if you don't let a client understand the benefit. Now, most people don't realize a new construction should have a warranty, and we have one that starts at the end of a builder warranty. It starts at year 2, and you pay one price, and it covers 4 years. A home that it's just been a resale. If like Mia was saying today, you have a lot of sellers are offering the warranty at the close for the buyer because they want to sell their home. And because we have a 2-year plan, I deal with the listing agents and I get them to have that started during the listing, and it's a seller coverage only. And at close, it goes to whatever they get the buyer, and it goes for 1 full year. So at the end of the day, the sellers are trying to reduce their liability because whatever we pick up, they don't have to, and the agent. And the things too, as a buyer, remember, it's not mandatory, but it doesn't hurt you to ask. A seller, I get told on a regular basis, they didn't ask for it. I'm not paying for it. But I have many agents who know that to sell a home, it's just sometimes, yes, we're going to give you this amount. And, don't be afraid to put that in there. It's not mandatory, but if you don't help your client a year from now, when they get to me, either through a neighborhood app because of my agent being on there, or Mia because she knows better, you're not going to have that help when something fails. Like we just had a claim together, and we all met, and we talked about what the situation was, and you learned quite a bit about that, right, Mia? There was a lot.
Right.
But also, it's our job to protect you because we have everything documented. We're an insurance company as well. We're part of that. So every conversation is recorded and documented. So if somebody says, yeah, she never did that, she never told me, we know that she did because I know I worked with her for years, and we go over, scenarios and coverages. And sometimes there's that thing that you need to have help on. You need to come to me, and you're going to get through to me by my agent or even Francis by thank you.
Right, of course.
But it's not mandatory, but it's really a disservice if you don't at least ask. And the other big thing I hear all day long, people will throw 5 brochures or say to somebody, go figure it out yourself. Well, that's really difficult. They're already stressed out of their head buying a house. They don't know the difference between my company, another company, companies that promise this, give them a discounted that, give a free month. I don't give away a free month. I don't discount the plan. The plan's already discounted the first year because we want to make sure we take in the right amount of money to make sure the vendors are paid, which, by the way, they're paid within like a 2-day period once they turn in all their reports and the job's complete. We are about people helping people. We're not like the other companies. And so when you deal with us and you give out the 5 brochures, who's going to be there to take care of the client after the sale is really it, right? And your buyers, those of you that are buyers out there, your agents as well, your loan officers as well, if you don't know the information, I'm more than happy to put a class together and teach it to you. And one of the things I've learned is if you as an agent understand it and your client is sometimes one step ahead of you, our buyers are pretty smart too, they understand the value because they've had home warranties and they've had other home warranties. And because I get a lot of referrals, and so does my company, when they get to us, we get more referral business. So the thing too about a warranty, don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to make sure that if you are getting brochures from, let's say, an agent, and they give you 5, get the actual contracts. If there's a representative, get the representative's number and ask them to explain the coverage to you or go over it with you, because everybody's idea of what it should do is not the same. And I always believe you set the right expectation so that your expectation's not way up here, and that's what that it really does. We are on the same level, okay?
Right.
Yeah.
It's nice when you said that you can or you will speak to, buyers directly and offer them some insight and talk to them. In the past 2 decades that I know I've seen you here in the industry, and so it's been Francine that's live and in person and local here in Vegas too. And so because I've seen a lot of these home warranties that are cheaper. That's why I was going to ask you next. How do you vary from when I say cheaper, it's like they're cheaper in terms of their home warranty price, but then do they really go the extra mile in servicing you as a client. Now, you mentioned earlier it was like a 450, or your prices also vary depending
Right.
on the type of service, right?
So I sent over the actual
brochure?
PDF. Yeah. And remember, to get to me, you got to have your agent. So your agent's going to do a 3-way call. We're going to be
Yeah.
on the phone together. My agent, you learn an awful lot.
Yeah.
So when you have the warranty, so I'm also a CE instructor, and the warranty was born in the early 70s. And it was really to be a budget protection and a risk reduction. A risk reduction for the seller, a risk reduction for the agent, and a budget protection for your buyers. So when it was put together, well, back then they kind of didn't know about putting money away in case a claim came in on the last day or renewal, so they went out of business. And so what happened, the Home Protection Act was formed in 1974. And we are what's called a domiciled state. We are actually from California, but Nevada is also very regulated. So every time we take in $1 from a warranty, 40 cents gets put into a state fund for future solvency. And that's to make sure that in the long run, the money's there for the renewals and the clients. Because we're going to be 51 years old this month, we have a lot of fund, right? There's a lot put away. When you get and you look at the 60 cents that everybody has left to work with, where do you think they cut that business if they're giving you a discount? It could be the service. It could be the way they cover a plan. It could be a limit on the air conditioner. It could say, oh, you could use your own vendor. But did you look at the limits on what they are going to cover? And don't forget, just because they gave you can use your own vendor and a limit doesn't mean that they cover everything, right?
Yeah.
Because it can say in there, they don't cover rust and corrosion or calcification or sediment or there was one other thing. So you have to, or sounds of sediment in a water heater, or in their plan, are they even going to cover a mini split in that plan?
Right.
And what are you paying for that plan? So the thing is, the devil is in the details. We put the contract information in our beautifully colorful, big print, easy to read brochures. And
Right.
because a lot of people don't realize the majority of clients that you have may not have an internet right now. It's very expensive. They may be elderly or senior, because I'm now approaching that time, but not everybody is tech savvy. And a lot of people, even younger than me, love these brochures because you can write all over them. You can take what I tell you and put the notes all over that,
Right.
and
I
that
think
way
we-
you can refer to it.
Yeah, I think we have the brochure up on the screen now.
Oh, yeah.
So you do have that 450. I think it's in the very last page there.
Yeah, it's a pricing, and that is for homes typically going through a resale, or
Right.
you've been referred by an agent
Yeah.
or by a wonderful loan officer, and we call that because it's an agent, it's a real estate plan, and this is different from when you call into Mom Old Republic and they go, oh, do you want a direct consumer? It's different coverage, it's different pricing, it's not the same. So our silver is your plan. It is the foundation.
That's the 450.
That's $450 for the
1 year,
home under
yeah.
5,000 square feet. You
Yeah.
do have a 2-year for when you're in a resale as well. And then you have a gold and platinum upgrade. Now, the reason we came up with this is because the silver is going to have uncover costs and an air conditioning change out. So when you look at the PDF and you go almost to the last page, it gives you 2-year pricing, which would be $855 for the house, $760 for
Yeah.
the condo.
Last page.
Yeah,
So the
almost-
last
almost.
page, yeah, we'll
Yeah.
view that last page
Oh, that's
there.
good. There it
so
is.
the last page will have the dots on there. So basically, the silver will go up to just the miscellaneous there, right?
Yeah, the
And
2
then
year
there will
versus 1 year.
There's still the option to do the washer, dryer, and all that. So your best bet on this one, although it's pricey, but it covers everything right there. So the last deal that we had, I think, and that this was
You
one
took
of
a
the reasons
platinum.
why, we did that. It was a platinum, right?
Yeah.
It was platinum for 800 there.
Right. And the platinum and the gold will automatically include refrigerator, washer, dryer. You don't have to add it. And a couple
Yeah.
of big things. So you can't really get all this on this Zoom, but the gold is going to be adding coverages that will normally come out of your pocket as the owner. And the reason that we came up with it, I've been with the company 22 years. I'm also part of the team that makes the plan and brings in the things that I'd like to see added based upon real live service calls where we didn't have that coverage. And once we added it, guess what? I didn't have to tell you it wasn't covered. It was just taken care of. So everything that we add is with your peace of mind, for me, you're having it and in the coverage. So when you go to gold, the per appliance is $3,000 per appliance in your silver. It jumps to $5,000 per appliance in your gold and $7,000 per appliance in your platinum.
Wow.
But also, the gold is going to do things like if we come out on a replacement and there's a haul away, it's going to help with the haul away up to the dollar limit in there, or crane or code violations that would affect, let's say, a water heater change out. There's code violations that have to be addressed before they can even replace the water heater. So it's all spelled out for you. And if you don't feel that you have, let's say you take a gold, it's $650, but you feel you don't have the extra $150 for the platinum, you absolutely won't have the money for the modification that's going to be coming when you have a replacement and they have to modify that area for the new water heater, or there's electrical, or there's the stove that we are going to get doesn't fit. That's minor carpentry. That $1,000 in the platinum, along with the other added coverages, will save you money. But that's okay if you don't take it, because that just says, yes, you're good when that happens, paying that uncovered cost.
Right.
It's all the way you look at our program and our plan and understand that we have, there's different things that we do. So we have, you call in a service call, we come out, we diagnose it, that's $100 trip charge.
Yeah.
And it's per trade.
That's the trade call fee. That's what it is.
Yeah.
The $100 trade call fee for
Each trade.
Each trade, will say dishwasher, breaks down, washer dryer breaks down, so it's $100 on each one.
And as long as you do it on the same call, let's say you get in there and your appliances is a trade. Plumbing is a trade. Air conditioning is a trade. So if you're going to set up a work order and you have 2 appliances down, do them on the same work order. Otherwise, you will get hit with another one if they come back on a different day.
Right.
So that's important. And then when they come out, that $100 is due whether they do work or not, because they're driving over to diagnose the failure and then apply the coverage that is the level you took.
So if both appliances break down same day, that's only $100.
It's $100 for the trip charge to find out what's wrong.
Got it.
Let's say we come out and they have silver and they don't have gold, and we find out that it's not repairable.
Yeah.
And we have to replace it. With Old Republic, we will match the quantity, the capacity, and the efficiency.
Right.
We don't match colors or brands.
Yeah.
Because the problem with that is we don't know if the brand will be around anymore. There's a lot that aren't.
Right.
We don't know if we can get you pink, green, or gold, so we're not going to say we can.
Yeah.
And if they do go with a color and a brand, there's a chance that you're getting a smaller sized unit, which isn't very fair.
Okay.
The other thing is, let's say we offer you, it's a dishwasher or the stove because we couldn't repair it, and we're going to replace it. And you say, I really don't want that. I'd rather take, it's called payment in lieu of us doing that replacement or repair.
Yeah.
You can say, I'd rather do that. We will work up the dollar amount. It's at our cost, which is a wholesale rate. And we'll tell you what that is. You go buy that dishwasher that you want down at Lowe's.
Oh, yeah.
What
And
you
then
want.
they'll wow.
And
yeah.
send us the paid invoice, and we'll send you the check for what we would have bought at our cost for our unit, which is huge. It's such a.
That's
I
true.
do that. I will do that if it's something I didn't like.
All right, we do have a listener. Well, thank you for that question there. We have a listener question from YouTube. All right, so we're gonna address this one here, and the question is addressed to you, of course, Francine. Our listener is asking: are we able to choose our contractors or brands to replace a broken covered item? You just said that on your last statement.
I
there.
love that question, and I want to tell you something. There are warranties that will let you do that, and we were just discussing that. If that's something real important to you, check the cost you're paying for the warranty and what the limit is and what the exclusions that they don't cover. You might be better off not buying a warranty. At the end of the day, is it dollar out? Does it pencil out? I deal with international investors. And one thing I was taught by one of my dear friends was how to speak investor, no matter what country you come from. What's your bottom line? What's your profit? If you're a homeowner and you want to use your own vendor, sometimes you're on your own. Where if I send out, or not I, but if my company sends out a vendor and they're a no-show, you call us back, we're getting you somebody else. They come out and they don't do the job the way they're supposed to. My work order gives me the power to make them do what they are, or get my contractor relations involved. You have the power of me and or HP. And I will tell you that after 22 years, I don't mess around with people not doing what they're supposed to. We have excellent vendors. We vet them, but every now and then you get somebody who was good, and then we don't know what happens in life. And that's how come you need a little bit, not governing, but you need to have a place where you can go get help. Mia, if she's your agent, is going to get you to me and my team with an email, and we are going to start investigating, kind of like a. I'm not a lawyer, but we tear it all apart and look at it and make sure it's all right.
Yeah, I was going to ask you and Mia. So I know I've seen over the last 2 decades, my career, I've always seen like almost 100%. There's always home warranty that's involved in a home buying transaction, right?
Yeah, it should be.
So is it always recommended for sellers to like, or you as an agent, Mia, are you the one who's recommending that to a seller always? Like say, hey, you have to buy home warranty, and like Francine said, it's a disservice if you don't even suggest that to your seller. Is that right, Mia? I think she's
frozen.
She froze there for a little bit. Mia, you can move now.
She's still frozen.
Yeah, that's okay. So I'll let you answer that first.
Okay. So what I wanted to say is that when I mean disservice, I mean that like if you're the buyer's agent and they don't want the warranty,
right,
then you can't really push people. But if you don't really give them the brochure to read and make sure they sign that they don't want it, they don't have to have it in escrow. They can buy it after the fact, right?
Right.
But if you don't at least say to your client, there is a warranty available.
Right.
And it really sometimes depends on the seller. They're adamant they're not going to do it. That's fine. But then there's people who say, you know what, I want to sell my home. I love my home. I'm going to warranty it for the buyer. I know that they're coming in.
Right.
I want to offer that to sell it faster because that's what it does.
Right.
You're up against new construction right now. You're up against a lot of different competition. And so a lot of times having a warranty go with the home, it's a selling point. But as far as for your client, if they're so adamant about not having a warranty, they've had a bad experience. I just know this. If you out there listening have had a warranty and what your thought was what it should have done and it didn't, did you read the contract?
Yeah.
It's real important to read what their warranty says you're going to get. Because if you think you're going to get something other than that, then it's not real fair to the warranty to be upset at them. But if you should have gotten something that was in writing, then find out who should have helped you with that. And that's a big thing too. Again, it's not that it's, when I deal with my listing agents and some of them just don't do it at all, that's fine, that's their business. But my experience has been, if a seller offers a home with a warranty and it goes for 1 full year at the close, that dishwasher was working great at the close of escrow, it fails, we're there to help. And we have what's called a seller coverage during the listing. It's a silver plan only. We don't offer any refrigerator. None of the options are or a refrigerator, washer, dryer, or gold or platinum during that time. But and you'd have to add their AC. But it's built into the buyer's plan. So if that same dishwasher failed during the listing, called Old Republic, we came out and fixed it. You didn't have to. And now we're going to warranty that work after the close for the buyer.
Awesome. That's great. Okay. Look,
Sorry about that.
You're
I got
trending.
cut off.
Mia's back. Yeah, Mia's back. You're trending on our YouTube streaming media there, and I think
have a question again?
even on the PHLV Facebook profile. So we do have another question. Thank you to our viewers here and our listeners for attentively asking away your questions to Francine. So I have another question here.
Good one.
It's from Alex, Las Vegas. Thank you. Our covered HVAC is still using a phased-out refrigerant, R22, 20 years old.
Yeah.
Can that be replaced with a unit using a new refrigerant?
That is a great question. And I actually brought a flyer. I thought I did. On the
This one is
HVAC.
your flyer, I think. Is it this one?
I think, yeah. So in January, it actually changed again because R22 was replaced by 410, and as of January, 410 is no longer the the liquid. So to give you an update, R22 will still be around probably till 2029 for repairs. What they do is when they take out the Freon, the R22, they would recapture it, they reclaim it, and they make it like new to be used for repairs.
Yeah.
I would venture to say that if your 20-year-old system has been taken care of, it's probably going to go longer than any of the new systems that are out there. But the R22, if it's not repairable and it has to be replaced, it's going to be the new systems, which is now called A2L R34. And the thing is about that, it's going to have to be a full replacement because unless we can actually find an R22 part, there's none. Then you
Right.
go to the
That
410.
always comes up during home inspection. That issue about the Freon
It came up.
Yeah. Spoken
Oh,
like a
it
real
comes up
expert.
during home
Francine,
inspection.
Francine
Yeah.
speaks like a real HVAC technician here.
I'm not, but
You're lost for words.
I do believe I have great technicians that I ask, and my company is really amazing at sharing this information with us. And we were in Austin at a national sales meeting, and we had one of the big companies that make the air conditionings come to our meeting and talk to us about this, because it is a lot to take on. But this summer, we have not really experienced summer with this new change out and this new equipment. And if you have, Alex, the R22, please, that's okay. Make sure you're getting your air conditioners cleaned right now. Everybody out there, get ready. So if your system breaks, it doesn't break in summer. Because
Oh my
summer
gosh.
is hell in Vegas.
Yeah.
And I'm sure in actually California, if it's not a beach area, if in Arizona, around the states that are hot, you just have to maintain your air conditioning systems and have portable coolers as backups. Because even if we get out there and we can get, we say, oh, it's got to be replaced, this is all new. This is a new thing that we're walking through. So if there's 410 equipment, if you had a 410, not R22, 410, if we can find the other part, like if the condenser fails, and we can find the 410 equipment to replace if it was a heat pump or a evaporator coil, that's great. But I have no idea. No one's told me, I don't know, when are we going to run out of it? Are we out of it? So that means we're doing a full replacement at that point. And we won't know till we're into summer, really. I mean, I'm sure people right now, some of these companies are already replacing. I haven't heard yet on some of it, because it's going to be 90 degrees, I think, this
I know,
weekend.
and to all our viewers outside of Las Vegas, today we'll hit like 97 degrees.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, we're not happy for
It's going to be
that.
hot. It's going to be hot.
But
Summer is pretty close.
The
so.
R22 question is excellent. And about
Very
the air
good
conditioning,
Yeah.
with Old Republic Home Protection,
Yeah.
if you can do the platinum, it's going to help with more of those uncovered costs.
Yeah.
And something, too, that's important. Warranties don't cover things that didn't break.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So on this new change out, let's say that A2L, the condenser fails, and we are going to replace the condenser, and to meet, and it's all written in my contract, to meet the federal guideline, we have to, let's say, take out that heat pump or coil, and we can't just find one that would work. We can't find it's not going to work with it. And then they have to take it out and it's not broken. We're going to cover the part, the coil or the heat pump, even though it's not broken, if it's a federally mandated change out, because we have to keep it with the SEER rating. The other thing, too, is that if it's broken, then that's normal coverages.
Yeah,
But if
yeah.
it's not, we are not going to cover the modification and labor, because it's not a broken item.
Perfect.
We're just going to help you
Perfect.
by taking out that part, because we know that's
perfect.
probably going to cost you more if we didn't. So.
Yeah, we have a last question. Do you
Oh.
cover solar panels? I'm not so sure if that was still Alex there asking that
Is that
question.
still
but-
you, Alex?
Yeah.
So, no, we don't cover solar, and I hope that we don't.
So solar,
There's a whole solar industry that does that, but we do have solar pool equipment and solar water
That's
heater
covered.
panel that it's an option. So if you have a pool equipment and you have solar pool heater, you would add that option, and that would tell you how much they'd cover up to. There's a limit.
Yeah, because I know most solar companies here, they already cover their solar panels, just depending on which solar company. They warranty their solar panels for quite a long time.
And you really want to work
25,
with them.
30 years. Yes.
And
yes, that's true.
Something else, water softeners, most people don't realize. If you are buying a home and you've got a high-end water softener, like the Rains or the Culligan, or there's some Connecticut's, you really want to make sure that you're using their people. Like they usually have a warranty. They usually have, like from what I've heard, they have people that work on that, and some of them still have the warranty on it with that company that they put it in, because those are high end.
The product warranty, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to say thank you to our viewers for all those questions. We're nearing the end of our program, but before we end, of course, we will require you to have a joke. I'm pretty sure we have a joke.
I
Can
have
you
a
tell a
joke.
joke? Yeah. Did you prepare a joke?
I did.
Perfect. There you go. It was not scripted. I even forgot to ask her to prepare a joke today.
Don't go home without your Old Republic home protection, because the joke will be on you when you pick up the bill by yourself.
Oh, nice. I like that joke. I like that joke. Yeah, if you already have not, click on our like button here. And so, you're supporting Francine and PHLV as
The
well
other side.
for her
The
joke.
other side.
Oh, the other side? Is it the other side? Is it here? Is it here?
Yeah.
The like button? Yeah.
I checked
I
already.
think it's
No, the
here.
other side.
Like,
No, it's
share,
on the
and
other
follow
side.
PHLV, yeah? So, okay, Mia's turn to... What is your joke, Mia?
Why did the roofer see a doctor?
Why did the roofer see a doctor?
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe Francine knows that.
Francine.
Why did the roofer see a doctor?
Oh, because he had a headache.
Nope. Because he had a bad case of shingles.
Oh,
Wow.
You didn't get it.
that was good. That was good.
I don't.
I like that.
I don't think my joke will pass here, but it's a little bit of a gross joke. It's not related to a home warranty here. So
Oh, good.
Okay.
it's a very old joke. Probably a lot of you already know this. So what is the difference between a prince and a booger? No.
You roll it.
Okay. A prince is the heir to the throne, right? A booger is the opposite. It's thrown to the air.
Oh, that was
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for watching Buhay Bahayan. We'll see you again next
Thanks,
time,
Francine.
Wednesdays, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you again. Don't forget to click like, share, and click
Other side.
And you got to like these two. They're amazing.
like, share, and follow us. Okay, at PHLV Radio. Buhay Bahayan. Thank you. Until next time, Francine. Thank you for
Thank
stopping
you.
by.
Thank you, Francine.
Appreciate it. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.